Okay. Hello and welcome to this live session. Obviously, today the pre-match live. Obviously, the Mumbai Indians taking on UP Warriors today. UP Warriors, the only team that have not managed a single win so far in this season. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians started with a loss but came back strongly. Two back-to-back wins, and now they will look for the hat trick of wins. Trishadi, yesterday UP Warriors somehow put up a fight. I know what you will say next, that it was all DC that helped them, but still, but still they put up a fight. Their bowlers put up a fight, but still they're winless in 3 games. How important this game? If they lose this game, I think it's done and dusted. What do you think?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I agree with you. And anyway, it will be halfway stage done. They would
Yeah.
have played every single team once. In
Mhm.
the reverse leg, let's say they will win all 4 matches, but even then they will be in 8 points. And if you actually see Mumbai Indians, RCB, and Gujarat Giants are all
Yeah.
on 4 points. So 4 points from 3 games for all of them. No, sorry, RCB, I
Yeah.
think 4 points
RCB
from
two
two
games.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but rest of them 4 points from 3 games.
Yeah.
DC 2 points from 3 games. So ultimately, if you see, UP is pretty behind with 8 points. I'm not saying you can't qualify because last time round,
Mhm.
if you remember,
Eight
with
points.
8 points, uh,
Yeah.
Gujarat Giants did qualify
Yes.
for the
Mhm.
eliminator. But having said that, that's not ideal, and it's very difficult to win 4 out of 4. You are
Mhm.
narrowing that gap. So I think it is important for UP to win today, not even put up a fight. I think yesterday it was about putting up a fight, but today it's about winning. Um, with yesterday's match, I would say it was a combination of both. It was a combination
Yeah.
of the pitch and DC being underconfident. I feel yesterday's match till now, you will see the change in DC. You'll see the psychological, the mindset change. One win can do a lot of changes. We have seen that with MI. MI was looking half the side, in the first game.
Yeah.
And both of us were wondering what went wrong with MI
Mhm.
all of a sudden because on paper it's one of the sides to beat. But that changed overnight with one game. And here also, I think with DC, I expect the same. But tonight with UP, it seems very difficult, especially because the biggest problem is when your playing 11 is not settled. What I liked about
Mhm.
BC is 3 games, they did not panic. Yes, we lost 2 games, but the first game, they were completely outplayed by MI. The second game, they came back with better plan and they saw we have brought down that gap. So third game, they persisted with that playing 11, new plans, and suddenly they looked a much, much better side. So that is where I feel, it's extremely important that UP get their playing 11 sorted first and then we can go on from there.
Absolutely, and that is only was my next question. That have UP have not managed to find that perfect 11 yet? Because I can
Yeah,
clearly remember that in our SWOT analysis video of UP Warriors, that was one thing that we both discussed. That I think the
yeah,
main challenge for UP Warriors will be to find out that perfect playing 11 as soon as possible.
yeah.
Otherwise, it will be difficult. And as of now, it seems very difficult. But Tushadi, as a team, as a captain, we expected so lot from Meg Lanning. We expect that a new era starting for UP Warriors. Maybe Meg Lanning will, and you have said several times that Meg Lanning might be taking some time to understand the team, what kind of role that every player will come within this team.
Mm,
What about Kranti Gaur's role? If Kranti Gaur has been wicketless so far in 3 games, but she
mm,
did, is she under bowled because she has not completed 4 overs of quota in each game. She has bowled only 3 overs in the first game, then 2 overs
mm,
each in the next 2 games.
mm,
Not even the
mm,
death over. You all know the Yorkers that Kranti can bowl in the death overs. So she has
mm,
bowled only in the power play overs and 1 over in the middle over. How do you see
mm.
Kranti's role in this team, and especially Meg Lanning approach to in terms of using her?
Yeah, I think not only Kranti, I would say the same thing about Deepthi. I would say the same thing
Deepti.
about Sophie Eccleston. Right now, it seems like UP Warriors either have not understood what is the role that's there for these players, or they are confused themselves that what is the role they want their star players to play. And when I say Kranti is a star player, I'm not saying she's the best in the business or something of that. So the point. being, Kranti is an international player. You should
Yeah.
have utilized her better, which is something you have not been able to do. And that is where I feel UP has, in fact, lost out on a lot because they have not used Kranti properly. They have not used Deepti properly. They have not used Sophie Eccleston. And most importantly, the question that you absolutely asked, are they even sure about their roles? That what
Mm.
do they want Kranti to do? Do they want Kranti to be a power play bowler only? Do they want Kranti to bowl the death overs? Is it Deepti whom they're looking at as death over bowler? Or is it Sophie Eccleston that they're looking at as death over bowler? If you're not confident about these things, then it's going to be very difficult for UP going forward. And this is where I think I have written that today the match is less about Mumbai Indians and more about UP fighting their own battles. Because without that, I think, you know,
Yes,
you guys don't
absolutely. I
get
think they
scared
need
if you
to.
hear a weird voice and no face because it's a little dark here. Um, Today again, there's no crowd because of the election,
Yes,
so
yes.
there are a few less lights as well. So if you don't find me in here, don't think that I'm not there or get scared.
Yes, absolutely. Today also the match will be played behind the closed doors because of the election
Right.
that happened today. Uh, but Trishati, one question that I wanted to ask you yesterday, but didn't manage. That is this retiring out players? Is this becoming a new normal to cricket? Like obviously, to women's cricket is completely new, but should it become a new normal? Should it become a tactical move for every team? Do you think going forward that should become a new normal thing for everyone?
I don't mind as long as you don't have brain fade moment like UPWs. It
Mm.
can be a new normal because there are times when you do need anchor roles. And in fact, I think it's absolutely fine. I thought Gujarat did a fantastic job by retiring Ayushi Soni. At that
Yeah.
point, that was needed. And let me tell you something, Snehashish. At the point that they sent in Chloe Tryon, UP
Mm.
Warriors, I actually don't mind. I thought
Mm.
that retiring out also does not bother me as long as that was Shweta Sherawat. I did not understand why will you retire your set batter when the other set batter has just got out. Had Meg Lanning and Hurlin been there and you had asked Hurlin to retire, I would understand. But
Right.
you also have to understand something that now this retiring out, becoming a norm, has put a question mark in the batter's mind as well and made the
Mm.
batter insecure. And if you want a proof, directly go to what Lizelle said. I thought they asked that if I don't step in the pedal, first of all, why would she think that? She was stepping in the pedal only. What gear was she planning to go? Nobody knows. But anyway, but that shows the kind of insecurity now players have.
Yeah.
That the moment my strike rate dips, I think my team wants to retire me out.
Mm.
In your
Yes,
or my
absolutely.
head, in our logical head, it will be why would anyone want to retire Lizelle out? But that's what you are making your batters insecure. So again, for me, anything, Snehashish, and I'm now going to say something philosophical that I genuinely believe for anything in this world, communication is important. And as a coach, as team management, you have to make the players sit down and say, look, it is nothing personal. And it is not about your strike rate. It is about the position that the team is in. It is not you. It is the team it is not your fault that you are being retired out. It should not be looked as, why I was retired out. That was so shameful that my team had to retire me out. And when I
Yes.
heard Lizelle say, you know what, I tried to push on so that she felt it's better trying to push on and getting out than to be retired out because
Mm.
then you are saying that I'm not good enough and the team is retiring me out. So that point of view has to be clarified properly. Otherwise,
Mm.
all the batters are now going to become insecure. We are going to see a lot more of unnecessary shots. That is where I feel
Absolutely.
it is important that the team management sits down. And as I said, as I always say, communication is the key.
Yes, absolutely. So you are saying that if you are planning to do that kind of stuff, then have a chat with the players that we can do this thing. Be prepared for that
Correct.
because what we saw
Correct.
yesterday, the expression of both Hallin and Shweta Sharawa, they were
Harleen
clearly
was
unknown about that.
frustrated. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Harleen was absolutely frustrated, and you could see the anger in her face. And why
Mm.
not? It's completely justified. I am the only one who's playing a good innings for my team. and you're telling me retire, which is fine. You ask me to retire, but at least tell me beforehand.
Hmm.
Suddenly, Meg Lanning gets out, and you're telling me to retire. Why am I getting
Yeah.
darker?
I think the Mumbai lights are going thick and fast like the WPL games.
I
Yes.
swear. Just
Yes,
today,
absolutely.
today.
Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the Mumbai Indians. Last day, Trishadi, Nat Shivabrand didn't play. Obviously, Harmanpreet Kaur said at the top that she
And
was
now, how will
unwell.
she play? Where will she play?
Yes, that is the question. If she makes a comeback, which player do are you seeing that will be stepping out from the playing 11? Halle Matthews again, Amelia Cat again opening.
Um, Very good question. I don't have an answer. Wow. It's very difficult to shut me up when it comes to women's cricket. You have done that, Snehashish. Congratulations. But I think,
Because Shabnim Ismail definitely will play. You cannot
yeah,
drop Amelia
where's
Cat, the
I
bowler.
can't bowl. So
Yeah,
Shabnam Ismail has to.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I think Natsua Brunt comes in. It has to be either of Amelia Kerr or Haley Matthews. It's not something
yes.
that you want to say. It has to be either of them. And I
Hmm.
do have a feeling that it might be Amelia Kerr and not Haley Matthews.
Okay, okay. But don't you think then 4 over concrete bowling option is gone for Mumbai? 4 overs of leg spin.
No, no. You have Amanjot bowling, you have Haley Matthews bowling, you have Natsivar
Not
Brandt, you have
sure.
Shabnam
Yeah.
Ismail, you have Amanjot Kaur,
Hmm.
you have Sanskriti Gupta.
Sanskrit.
So
Yeah.
you do have
Okay.
bowlers to bowl this
Options.
20 overs,
Hmm.
which is where I'm saying, Haley Matthews will topple her when it comes to batting. That's my only guess. My guess is as good as yours, but yeah,
Hmm. Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay. Trishadi, before the tournament, we talked about this thing that more than the captain, Harmanpreet Kaur, we have to see how the batter Harmanpreet Kaur does. And so far, she has done good out of
thank
three
you.
matches. In 2 matches, she managed to get the play of the matches and won the game
Because the vice
effectively.
captain is clearly not doing well. Yes,
Yes,
she scored a 47 of 33, but
yes,
Smriti, I think, still has a long way to go as far as batting is
exactly.
concerned.
Exactly. So the batter Harmanpreet Kaur at least doing fantastically well so far in three
Yeah,
games. Which battle do you see will be interesting to see in this game against an informed Harmanpreet Kaur? Is Sophia Eccleston or maybe Deepti Sharma? Any specific battles
I
are you
would
looking
get in
for?
Deepti. I would definitely get in Deepti. And the
Hmm.
moment Herman comes out to bat, I would get in Deepti. But I can also give you a guarantee that that is not going to happen. You're not going to see
Hmm.
that. That is where UP has missed out. You know, the
Yes.
problem is I also see, but yeah, there's one thing good. One difference you understood between Meg Lanning and other Australian captains yesterday. I think there was some matchup that I was thinking about. Oh, Sophie Eccleston versus Laura Woolward,
Yeah.
right? We had spoken about this,
Yes.
but she did
Yes.
not get that. She got
Hmm.
in Asha Shobna, and Laura
Asha
Woolward
Shobhan.
was
Yeah.
having difficulty playing Asha
Yes.
Shobna. Yes,
Yes.
she did not get out, but on another day she might get out. So I thought there is completely the difference between what Meg Lanning, under Meg Lanning, what Australia's mindset was,
Hmm.
and now what Australia's mindset is when Ashley Gardner spoke about the matchups last day.
Absolutely. UP Warriors thought that with YOLO jersey the magic might happen, but still not. It is not happening. By the way, a good start for UP Warriors. They have won the toss and opted to bowl first. So I think that is where at least they have done right. So let's see how now they are up to the bowlers. Okay. Okay, Trishadi, can you
Yes,
take few comments till then?
I can.
Yes.
Somebody has written DC win,
WPL,
but
not
DC is
today.
not playing today. Um, Bhanumati says UP should play in Phoebe and Meg as openers. Bhanumati, Phoebe is anyway playing as an opener because Kiran Navgiri gets out in 1 or 2 overs only. So while in the list she's not an opener, she's playing as an opener only. So it just does not matter. Mr. Cool Dhoni says as 4 teams qualify for next level. 4 teams? No, it's three
No,
teams.
three teams only. Hmm.
Yeah, I guess UP Warriors won't be out of the tournament even if they lose today. Last year, even after 5 losses, one team played eliminator. We are not saying that. 5 losses, how and when is the point. If you have straight 5 losses, then you have to win straight 3 games, and that's
Yes,
difficult. And your NRR will also
miracle.
have taken a
Yeah.
beating. Bhanumati only 3 teams qualify, not four exactly. Rupali Bhatia says, if Harleen was retired, oh, for a second I thought Harleen retired overnight. ये सब क्या हो रहा है भाई? यार, sorry Rupali. You gave me a heart attack, but that's my mistake. If not heart attack in the sense I'll be very sad if Harleen retired, because I would think if WPL forced her to retire, then that I would be really sad about, because I do think you can use Harleen in the longer formats.
Yes.
Um, every time I speak, somebody else's voice is coming out. This is not my voice. If Harleen was retired so that they could send on Tryon, couldn't they have sent Tryon instead of Sherawat? Exactly what I had said, Rupali,
Yeah.
last night. इसका मतलब ये है कि you were not listening to the live show last night. Or my voice was so bad that you could not understand. Could have been anything.
Hmm.
भानुमति's answer to that is, ये अच्छा है, तुम ही लोग पूछ रहे हो, तुम ही लोग जवाब दे रहे हो. This is good, keep it up. No try and place in last 5 overs, not before that. She's ineffective before that. No. Try and actually it's the other way around, Bhanumati. Not other way around. Try and takes a little time to settle in. So I think you should give, like, try and bring her around the 12 and a half, 13th over,
Yeah.
so that she gets about 6, 7 balls to settle in. And, and then she can be the effectiveness that you're talking about in the last 5 overs. That comes if she settles, say, 6, 7 balls, settle. That's
Yes.
what. Anshu
Okay.
Mishra is saying,
Here are the team news. UP Warriors
yes,
have
please.
gone with the same playing 11. There is no change. For Mumbai Indians,
Mumbai.
there is only one change. Nat Shivabrand
Simran Dil Bahadur
in.
can't play in place of Harleen Deol. Wow. Sorry.
Yeah. Nat Shivabrand comes in. Haley Matthews is getting a rest.
So that means Haley Matthews is not fit enough. If this is
Yeah.
the exchange
She is
that's
not
going
fully
on,
fit.
that would mean Haley Matthews is not fit enough.
Yeah. She is not fully fit.
Okay. Anshu Mishra is saying happy Makar Sankranti, both of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
happy
on
Makar
tour, I don't
Sankranti.
understand when is Makar Sankranti, when is, what.
Especially
But yeah,
with this end condition.
not even want to remind myself of the health condition or any other condition right now, because my 2026 has started quite badly, guys. But yeah, Anamika, I am not hater. No, you are Anamika. You are not hater. We know. But sorry, I am not hater. But Harmanpreet कौर इंडिया के लिए कभी इतनी कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ नहीं खेलती. इस वक्त मुझे इतना अच्छा लग रहा है ना कि मैं अंधकार में हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे इतने रिएक्ट कि आप मेरी शक्ल नहीं देख पा रहे हो. मैं बहुत
हाँ.
खुश हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच. बट अनामिका,
Hmm.
आई थिंक, या अनफॉर्चुनेटली शी हैज नॉट बीन दैट कंसिस्टेंट फॉर इंडिया. मैं इसी पे छोड़ दूंगी बात को. आपको कुछ ऐड करना है स्नेहाशीष?
नहीं वैसा नहीं. आई थिंक देखिए नंबर सबके सामने है और जो नंबर है हम उसके ऊपर सब बोलेंगे, जो फैंस हो, एनालिसिस हो, कुछ भी हो. हाँ,
हाँ,
रन करके कोई नहीं बोल रहा है कि कभी रन नहीं करती, ऐसा नहीं, रन तो करती है, पर जो कंसिस्टेंसी आप देखो, पहला इंडियन बनी है जो 1000 रन क्रॉस कर चुकी है, 4 WPL
करेक्ट.
सीजन में. अब स्ट्राइक रेट देखो 146 एंड 10 50s, मोस्ट 50 जॉइंट मोस्ट 50s मेक लर्निंग के साथ. सो कंसिस्टेंसी WPL में बहुत है. अब
हाँ,
आज जो इस सीजन आप देखो स्ट्राइक रेट है 160+. सो बहुत ही अच्छा है.
करेक्ट.
कोई हाँ, और हम लोगों से ज्यादा खुश कोई नहीं होगा. हम लोग तो चाहेंगे कि हमारा कैप्टन एज अ बैटर फॉर्म में जाए वर्ल्ड कप. सही बात है. तो वैसा कुछ नहीं, पर हाँ आप नंबर सबके पास है. आप वर्ल्ड कप उठा के देख लो, घर वाला
तो
50 ओवर
नंबर
वाला.
के हिसाब से अनामिका इज करेक्ट ओनली, दैट शी इज
यस.
नॉट दैट कंसिस्टेंट
यस.
फॉर इंडिया.
यस एब्सोल्युटली.
करेक्ट.
ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप में आप देख लो. एक या दो इनिंग्स
And
बस खत्म.
Anamika, this is exactly what I keep saying every time I talk about Herman. I'm not a Herman hater. Uh,
Yeah,
None of us are. I mean, why would we
exactly.
hate someone who plays for our team? ये तो मतलब
Yes,
ये तो वो वाली बात हो गई कि स्नेहाशीष वो वाली
वो
समझ
वाली,
गए
हाँ, एकदम 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 वो वाली बात हो गया. सही बात.
सेम टीम लेकिन वेल
हाँ, वही है.
डेविल किंग अंडरस्कोर डीके ये डीके क्या दिनेश कार्तिक के फैन हो Trisha Sisoar, DC first win, your feelings, and what do you think about today's match? Will UP Warriors finally cross the line and get their first win, or is a fourth defeat loading? Yeah, DC first win felt like
Really.
relief
Same word.
because because there was a point of time when I was actually I was not feeling well, and then DC was batting like DC was batting yesterday,
And then Madison
and
Cap came in
then
with the bat.
Marizana Cap came in, and I was like, okay, she'll finish the game. First, obviously, Jemmy repeats what she did in the other game. So I was
Yes.
like, what is Jemmy? What is up with Jemmy? And then Marizani Cap comes and bats in a way where I'm thinking, have they sent Nandini Sharma in her place or what? Why is the batting like this? And then I actually went to the TV, Snehashish. The press box TV is this
Yeah.
side. I was actually sitting two seats above where we used to sit. Sorry, one
Yes.
seat
Yes.
above where we used to sit.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the TV is on the left hand
Yes.
side. I actually
Let's
went
see.
to the left hand side and I was like, who is batting like this? And then I saw Madison a cap and I was like, wow, something is very, very wrong with her, you know. But thankfully, we did manage to win, and these 2 points I think will do a world of good. If you saw the way Jimmy jumped up after the win, I think it was a huge pressure release for her, and we would see a better Jimmy. I can kind of feel a 75-80 loading from Jimmy very soon. As far as
Hmm.
UP Warriors crossing the line is concerned, um, gut feeling says Gut feeling says very tough, but you never know.
Yeah.
Because MI is batting first, and you don't have Haley Matthews opening the innings. You have Amelia Kerr back again. Nat Seaver is coming back after one game, so could be a little scratchy. Maybe batting first, if you can pick up two, three quick wickets, things could be very different. But for that to happen, I think Meg Lanning has to use the bowlers well.
Properly.
Snehash's next question for you is
Okay.
Rupali Bhatia is saying Deepti should have been made the captain of UP errors? No, no, UP errors.
What?
No. Various.
हाँ, पूरा पूरा
Instead,
एडर चल रहा है उन
ah,
लोगों का पर वॉरियर ने.
I think वही देख के रूपाली ने errors लिख लिया. Instead, she has been sidelined by the UP Warriors. A very, very significant and important question. Um, Two things. I'll divide the question in two parts. One, do you think Deepti should have been the captain? And number two, do you have a feeling somewhere? I wouldn't say sideline, because sideline seems like, intentionally done. I would rather use the word underutilized by UP Warriors.
Uh, First of all, I think when UP Warriors, got Meg Lanning in the auction, I think it became mostly clear that they will go for Meg Lanning as
Yeah,
captain. Obviously,
yeah,
when Dipti Sharma, you have an option like Dipti Sharma, you expect you need Indian captains. That is the best option for any
yeah,
franchise to have an Indian
yeah,
option as a captain,
yeah,
because it also
yeah.
gives you the flexibility of use four different foreign options. That gives more
Combination.
your team, yeah, that gives your team more balance. But I think when you have someone like Meg Lanning in your setup, I think it is very difficult to go for another option. Yeah. Now in going forward, if you go for the next, for someone like Dipti from next season onwards, maybe then Meg Lanning decides to play under her. That can happen. But I think in the first season, when we were having a fresh start, I think Meg Lanning was the best candidate for them, and I think that is why they went with her. That is the first one. The second part, underutilizing Dipti, absolutely. I think, and both as a batter and bowler.
And a
First of
bowler.
all, yeah. First of all, just we discussed about the Kranti's role. The same is happening with Dipti. Dipti can bowl at any phase of the game, but Meg Lanning, I am not sure how she's thinking about using Dipti. She is not giving those 2 overs at the start, not giving that crucial 1 over in the middle, not giving in the death overs also. So I'm not understanding how, and especially in the last game. I can understand you are sending Chloe fine, but after Chloe getting dismissed, send Dipti Sharma, experience better. She can score those runs. You cannot
Mm,
send someone like Dipti Sharma at number 9 in the 20th over. Yeah,
mm,
so I am not understanding what is going on. I think someone caliber of Dipti, I think she needs to be used properly, and that is only beneficial for the team only. So let's see how she does. As and the same thing again, the same discussion again. The more quicker they understand the role of the players and the utility of the players, it will be beneficial for
mm.
them only.
Bhanumati Bandhu says, is Kranti going to lose out on her spot if she goes wicketless like this? तो उससे पहले तो बहुत bowlers है. If losing out on the spot starts, then everybody will lose out on their spot before Kranti does. Rupali Bhatia says, who according to you has been the best wicket keeper so far? Okay, let's see who are the wicket keepers. RCB has Richa has been the best wicket keeper so far.
Yeah, which has been good.
I'm quite surprised that we have to say this, not because I don't have faith in Richard's wicket keeping or anything. That cannot happen, and the reason Sneha of course knows. But the point
Mm.
is, I think G Kamalini has not been up to the mark.
Mm.
Lizel Lee down the leg side a few times has struggled. Who else are the wicket keepers?
Then Shweta
Shweta
Sherawat.
Sherawat, you can't
Yeah,
really say something. Beth Mooney, I thought, has been very, very late behind the
yeah,
stumps, and not because of age or reflex or anything. In general, something is not working for Mooney, and I think if she starts performing with the bat, you will see the
yeah.
wicket keeping improve as well. So right now, if you take all the 5 teams under consideration, I think Richa has been the best behind the stumps. Mr. Cool Dhoni says Snehashish Ismail has been bowling economically, but she hasn't been taking many wickets. Hope she gets more wickets too in this match. Okay, he's not asking something. He's just
Yeah.
praying. Bhanumati Bandhu says if players don't retire, the management would just ask them to get out. So it is better to retire players as it might work like worked out for Gujarat. Eh? Bhanumati समझ नहीं आया. Can you just explain what you were trying to say? I did not understand.
I also didn't
Devil
understand.
King Trisha, she saw about Lizelle retired out Savage. I know, yeah. What? Manvati, yeah, Lizelle is the best striker. If they retire her out, it's the worst thing. She's not the best when you have Shafali in the team, if you ask me. But Shafali has not proved that. Yeah, I mean, David King is saying it was a misunderstanding from Blizelli's side, nothing like any message from DC Duckout. What basically happened was somebody came out and in Hindi asked Shafali to step on the gas. Right, and Lizelle, I don't know, for some reason tried to understand Hindi, though Hindi is not her language, and she thought the message was you either hit or you will be retired out. So she thought, okay, fine, let me hit. If I get out, I'll get out. So then she got out. Mr. Cool Johnny, or could be, I don't remember exactly but what, but I do remember that the entire thing was not said in English. It was English in the mix, and Lizelle thought it was for her, meant for her to, you know, retire out, which is so
Mm.
weird of her to think, but also very sweet that she did think that, Delhi would say that. Mr. Cool Dhoni, consistent power hitters are needed in T20 matches, especially when the pitch supports batting. The team that has them has the higher chances of winning the tournament. Mr. Cool Dhoni, just keeping the name as Dhoni does not really make you understand cricket completely. You know what? To win a tournament, you don't need power hitters. To win a tournament, you need fantastic bowling unit.
Yeah.
If you look at the two teams which are at the top, let's start with RCB. It's not because of their power hitting alone. They have restricted teams
Mm.
to that low score. That's why they have gone on to win the matches. So understand And I'm sorry, it seems like T20 is a batter's game, but if you have to win tournaments, it's always the bowlers. Devil King DC win, yes. Mr. Cool Dhoni DC should have improved their run rate by chasing the total quickly as the total was just 150 plus. RCB did so well when the total was 140 plus. The problem is the biggest problem about sitting at home and commenting is we don't realize how the pitch is working. In a slow pitch, just because it's 150, oh, we should have scored it in 10 overs. No, in that pitch, you could not have scored it in 10 overs. So understand the pitch, understand the due, understand the difference first instead of making a generic comment because otherwise you will stop enjoying the game. That's a problem. Sumit Sharma, this is a very important question. Actually, I wanted to ask you this. Okay. First of all, we have to close in 1 or 2 minutes because A, my voice has already reached the press box, it seems, because I can't find it here. And secondly, I also need to walk till the press box, which is like a long way. Sumit Sharma says Kiran Navgire has not delivered in WPL for 4 seasons now, and she's not also not a youngster. So is she good for domestic only? Yeah, Shishu.
Yes, I think this is what we have been discussing a lot in every UPW games because we expect
Yeah,
certain things from from Kiran Navgire while opening the
yeah,
batting. If you see throughout the year in domestic tournament, she bats well, she score runs, she scored those
mm,
quick fire runs, and scored those record breaking 100 also. So I am not
yeah,
asking those type of innings every here and there. I am asking at least to give those
yes,
20, 30 run quick starts at least to your team when you're
correct.
opening the batting, or even if you're batting in the middle order, score those crucial 30, 40 runs. That is what the team needing. That is why team is putting you on the faith on you, despite you being, I will say, a failure in all 4 seasons of WPL so far.
Yeah.
Because
Mm,
because you don't, because she doesn't have that, the consistency. She has that power
yeah,
hitting ability, but she hasn't
yeah,
managed to utilize it. So it has been a failure. So maybe this season might be her last chance, what I think. I
yeah,
don't know. Again she might go back to domestic, she will score a lot of runs again. Might Some franchisee might show that faith on her. But
mm,
if you ask me, I will not. I will go for some young player. I will give that platform
absolutely.
to someone like Jeet Risha, because Jeet Risha is your
Correct,
future. So someone like
correct,
Jeet can open the batting for you, can bat in the middle also, and she has that game.
correct.
So I think it is high time for any franchisee to think about the new prospect if the existing players that do well
Mm,
domestic is not performing at a WPL stage. 1 season, two
mm,
season, that is fine. 1 season that might happen
mm,
with any player. But if a player is
mm,
continuous failing in every season,
mm,
one, two, three, and now four,
mm,
then it is high time to think
mm.
about that player.
Yes. Okay, last 5 comments. Shivraj Kale is saying कौन जीतेगा आईपीएल में तिलक वर्मा रिटायर्ड आउट किया था क्या अब हरलीन देओल वैसे कमबैक करेगी देखेंगे आज थोड़ी देर में पता चलेगा मिस्टर कुल धोनी says हरलीन should leave यूपी वैरियर्स अरे बाप रे, in the next season as she doesn't deserve that kind of bad treatment फिर उसको थप्पड़ थोड़ी मारा है उसको रिटायर्ड आउट ही किया है रिलैक्स करो तुम मतलब तुम लोग यार घर पे भी ऐसे करते हो क्या जैसे कुछ होता है छोड़ छाड़ के चले आते हो क्या पागल हो क्या? मतलब ऐसा हुआ मम्मी ने कुछ बोल दिया तुम लोग बैग उठा के निकल जाते हो क्या ठीक है मैं अगली मम्मी पापा ढूंढता हूँ ऐसे थोड़ी बोलते हो Bhanumati Mandir saying she's not a great player. Only teams like UP and GG will go for her. She does not fit the type of player then teams like MI and RCB are looking for. I'm guessing this is for Kiran Navgire.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Cool Dhoni is saying if Meg Lanning was in the place of hurling, media channels across the world would have been fired on Abhishek Nayak. That's quite obvious. Meg Lanning has
Yeah.
earned that. It's not like Meg Lanning has किसी ने खैरात में Meg Lanning को वो दिया नहीं है. She has earned it by the kind of cricket that she has played over the years. Ushnik. The Deepthi paradox is not normal. If UP used Deepthi up, there is a chance of having 5 anchor between top 6. That is an auction failure. Remember, they did not even use dot in. Yeah, well, I don't agree with you completely. Devil King, relax. I'll take your comment. एक comment करो भाई 600 मत करो. Um, you have to understand something that Deepthi and the strike rate, whole drama that we keep creating around Deepthi has to
Mm.
stop. She has proved that she can score in the strike rate that's needed. When you talk of Smriti Mandana, you don't say this. The last game also, whereas Grace Harris scored that quickly, Smriti Mandana scored 47 of 33, which is not that quick. So why are you blaming Deepti Sharma? That's because we have associated certain terms with certain players and we don't want to move ahead of that. And that's not correct as far as I'm concerned. Ayush Sharma, Trishadi, how's your health? Hope everything's fine. And if not, I pray that it gets fine soon. All I want to say, Ayush, is I would need all the prayers. As I said, 2026 has not started on a great note. Let's hope it gives me a better year going ahead. Devil King is saying Trisha Siso DC had a chance against UP Warriors to boost net run rate to around 1 plus, eh? But they didn't cause of fear their mind because they choked versus GG in the fight. नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है तुमने
Peace.
ज्यादा ही कुछ एकता कपूर सीरीज देख लिया Bhanumati is saying people are judging people on basis of looks. That is why they criticize Deepthi and not Smriti. Bhanumati, you are kind of correct. Rono 44, Trishadi get well soon. UP should restrict MI within 150 tonight. What do you think? That's the last comment I'll take. And I agree with you, Rono, that that should actually be UP's aim to restrict MI somewhere between 140 to 160 and giving a
Mm.
broader scale. And then I think they can back themselves to chase that. What do you think, Snehashish?
Yes, absolutely. I think if UP Warriors want them to be in the game for the second innings,
Yeah.
I think that should be the range, that 140 to 160. Within that, they need to stop Mumbai Indians. Otherwise, with the batting line and the current form, I think it will be very difficult for them.
Absolutely. Uh, Ayush Sharma, Trishadi, you think I was right when I said UP Warriors bowling is not good compared to others? I think um, I had told you earlier also. I'll tell you now also. I don't think it's not like they're not good enough, but you're not using the right bowlers at the right
Mm.
time is what I think. Ushnik, I'm not blaming Deepthi calling about not understanding her batting ability after 2024, but that's what I'm saying, Ushnik. After 2025, her batting ability has shifted. You are still judging her, not you. I'm saying even the team is still judging her on the form before that. Anyway, the match will start in 5 minutes. So
Yes,
let's go, Snehashish.
yes,
Snehashish is watching
absolutely.
a show. He has completely forgotten that he has to do this show. I'm taking comments, so he is enjoying watching.
Okay, thank you, Tushadi, for joining in. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Let's enjoy the game. Let's hope. Let's see if UP Warriors can manage to come up with their first win of the season, or this is a hat trick of wins for Mumbai Indians. Let's see. Hopefully, a fantastic match waiting for us. Till then, take care and enjoy the game. Let's meet in the post match show. Till then, take care.
Thank you.